Hello folks, so today I've got a Foxconn G31 motherboard that has a booting problem. Now the problem started when he came back from holiday. The owner came back from holiday, being away for a couple of days, and he found his computer was turned off. Now he'd left it on over the period of time he was away for 2 days. And when he come back, he realised that the power had gone from the computer, so he powered it back on. Upon loading up Windows, it was taken forever to load into Windows. So he called me up and I had advised him to go into safe mode and try it that way. Power the machine down and restart it and boot into safe mode. With that, he tried that and it took an age to load up to Windows again. So I went round to see him and I picked the computer up and brought it back. Now I've since took the motherboard out, but before I did that, I tested the hard drive and it's with the diagnostic software and it passed. I also checked the cables and I tried the different cables. I checked the memory to make sure the memory was seating properly. That was okay. It's onboard graphics. There was no additional expansion cards, no PCI cards, anything like that. No external USB devices. And it just took an age to boot into Windows. So I disconnected the hard drive and I set up another hard drive that I knew was working and proceeded to install Windows. It recognised the hard drive in the BIOS. It booted past the post, installed Windows 7, and done the usual restart. When it restarted and booted from the internal hard drive, it came up with Boot Manager failed. So I tried another hard drive and it did exactly the same thing. So then I proceeded to try different ports with the same result. Now, I realised that at the time when he was away, that we did have some thunder and lightning. However, normally when you have a lightning strike affect the computer, it will normally knock out the power supply or the motherboard and the CPU or all of it. So I'm not quite sure whether that was the case. It may have also been a case that he had a sudden spike when he powered the machine back on. But anyway, upon taking the board out, I did notice, at first I thought there was some sort of spillage. But now it occurs to me that this is some sort of sticky residue. You can see on here. There. Over here. And down here. So, at first I thought they were leaking, but upon closer inspection it seems like it's some sort of sticky residue. Now, the machine, the motherboard, will still run. You'll still get a display. It still goes past the BIOS, the post, and it will attempt to load Windows, but slowly. So I'm not quite sure what the problem is. However, it doesn't really matter because I've got a replacement board identical to this, a bit higher spec quad core processor. I think this is a dual core. if I remember rightly. But it's really strange how the board will still power up, despite the fact that these may be leaking. Because there's no, I thought there might have been spillage, but then looking at around the board, I can see no corrosion of any kind. And I had this machine gone back a while ago to give it a clean. Unfortunately, because it's been in a confined space, it's got quite dirty again, which is normal if it's enclosed and there's not much circulation. And so, yeah, so that's the long and short of it. I can see no other visible damage other than what I've seen. And I know the machine was working okay, because it wasn't that long ago I was setting up his security cameras using this computer. And for what he uses it for, it may be an old motherboard, but for what he uses it for, it's ideal. As he doesn't run any graphic intense programs on it, no games, anything like that. So it's just an everyday machine. So it'd be interesting to know what your comments are, or what your thoughts are. So feel free to leave some comments in below. And if you like this video, click the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.